Clement's Homebrew coming at you on a Friday, and I am tired. It's been a busy day, a busy 2 weeks, but I squeezed in yesterday a brew day with Christian, and we made a fresh hop IPA. We picked the hops right from our own vines, popped them straight into the beer within an hour or two of picking. That was exhausting as well, but hopefully that will be a good reward. So what are we going to have? We're going to have an IPA. That's right, an Imperial IPA, and it comes to us. It's the Primordial from Mother Earth Brewing Company out of Vista, California. I know Vista very well. I've had family living in that area, and here we go. Mother Earth. There it is. It looks good to me. I'm kind of excited about it. I've heard it's very good from some locals. It's a 9% ABV. Woohoo! And it's over 100 IBUs. Wake 'em up, boys. That's right. I understand there's 4 varieties of grain. They don't say what it is. There's 4 varieties of hops. They don't say what it is. I don't care. I'm going to get it into my belly. So here we go. I did hear a rumor that 3 of them are Summit, Simcoe, and Amarillo, which that suits me fine. But take a look. It's a nice orangish color. From my side, it's more of an apricot, really, in color. But it's got a full-fingered head on there, so that works for me. Let's get the nose. And bam! Citrus hits you right off the top. I love that. It didn't take any time talking to me. And I got quite a few types of citrus. The first one that really struck me was tangerine, which is kind of, that's a unique one. You don't get that very often. But I would say kind of like a pithy orange and a little bit of some grapefruit on there. I'm digging on that part. Let's get another sniff. All right, I get some light pine and resin, a bit of a slight dankness to it as well. I'm not getting a lot else. Actually, there's some light caramel malt in there, but I'm just anxious to drink it. Those are enough descriptors for me. Cheers. Now that is so interesting. It is so interesting how it hit my palate. It hits my palate light, which is very odd for a 9% beer. It hits it light, in that light to medium range. I don't feel like I get a lot of body, and I'm not getting loads of sweetness, which I might have thought at a 9% Imperial IPA. It's actually moderate to semi-dry. Dries off just slightly, ever so slightly, but it almost goes down like liquid water on the back side. Just a light bitterness left on there. But you definitely are getting those citrus characters for sure. Yeah, but still light. It's just interesting. All right, what do we get in terms of characteristics though? We definitely get citrus, and we get a citrus bitter bite coming in on the backside. That's mostly all the grapefruit type character coming in, but you're still getting some soft orange coming through, a little less pithy, almost more pithy on the grapefruit side now, and a little bit of that tangerine character as well. Still all of that's in there. I'm definitely getting some resin on that, absolutely, and I'm getting a bit of dankness. I don't so much get what I call pine or pine needle characters, but the resin and the dankness is there. And that picks up on the backside, which is kind of where you want it. You want to get those nice fruits up front. I almost feel like I get the slightest bit of some other type of fruit characters. I'm not sure what. I'm going to explore a little more. It's like there's right at the very front of the taste, there's like a light melon quality and almost like a light grassiness to it. But it's very faint on it. It's so dominated by these citrus characters, it's amazing. As far as the malt bill, it's good, but it feels light again. Yeah, I mean, for a double IPA, it's one of the lightest tasting double IPAs I've ever had, especially at 9%. You do get a little bit of like a caramel characteristic. It makes me wonder if they didn't add something like a Vienna malt in there as well. In truth, it probably is closer to a medium body, but that light character I'm talking about is kind of like, it's like all the citrus hits you hard, and then it kind of washes out, to almost a watered down flavor at the backside, which is really odd. I've had that on one or two other beers before. I don't know what creates that, to be honest. And but then that bitterness comes back, so you get that pithy grapefruit and dankness kind of hitting on the backside. The grapefruit, the pithy grapefruit, is stronger though than the dankness, but it's still really pleasing. But honestly, it's quite different, I think, from any of the beers that I've had out there. Everyone has tended to, on the West Coast anyway, these really strong beers like Melvin Brewing, super sweet, super lot of fruity, everything else, or the typical California IPA, and they have struck something a little bit different there at Mother Earth with this Primordial. It's kind of fun. I'll be back with some numbers. Okay, first for style, it's an Imperial IPA. We judge it on that basis. For style, this could really split people different directions. I think because some of these interesting characteristics going on, how it waters out, etc., how it's light, but it's big in-your-face citrus, really big in-your-face citrus. I kind of like it. I like getting my tropicals and some of my other things. I don't like that wateriness, but it's easy to drink. It's very pleasing, as long as you can handle the bitterness, and it is definitely over 100 IBUs. So I'm going to rank it pretty good. I'm digging on it. This is going to be a 92 for me in terms of style. Overall, I'm going to drop just a little bit. I think it's really good. There's just a few characteristics on it that are a little disappointing to me, but that big citrus kick really helps pull it up for me. I'm bouncing between an 89 and a 90, but I'm going to stick it at a 90. I'm a fair guy like that because I am rather enjoying it. Here it is again. It is Primordial from Mother Earth Brewing. It's an Imperial IPA, 9% ABV, over 100 IBUs. Definitely worth giving this one a try, particularly if you can get it very soon, nice and fresh. This is Kevin at Comes Homebrew saying life's too short to drink cheap beer, and I'll see you in the next beer review.